My piercing's healed! Yeah! Oh, what piercing? Hey guys, I wanted to get this video done with and explain myself. And I think enough time has passed that I can comfortably talk about it. So basically, about 3 months ago, maybe 3 months and 2 weeks ago, I got another piercing. And I think a month and or so after that, I took it out. This is the remains of it. And I figured I wanted to explain why, and I'm also going to add on, I think altogether I have taken out 9 piercings, 9, and I wanted to explain myself. First off, know that anything that I do to my body, piercings or tattoos, mean a hell of a lot to me. And I can't convey any more than just saying, like, it does. And so I feel like the backlash would be that these kind of things that I do to myself don't matter to me. And also because piercings and tattoos are so expensive, I am a huge waster of money. Arguing both points, I do care a great deal about the things that I do to my body, and I don't think that it's a waste of money if I got the experience out of it. And so any scar that may be left behind from piercings, they don't bother me as much because I have a memory of it. If this always looks like this, it's okay. But I suppose I should explain why I took it out. There was a lot of responsibility with piercings. When you get something done, it's not just needle in, jewelry in, done. You have to take care of it, and you have to be responsible for making sure that it heals properly. And I've had a lot of experience being that I've taken out 9 piercings and I've been pierced over 20 times, that I can relate to all that. So let's get into specifics. I guess I'll just start down here. I got my navel pierced twice. Not at the same time. It was standard navel, and then I got standard navel again, because both times they rejected. The time I got it pierced, I was really bad at taking care of it. I admit that. Second time, I was all like fighting for it, but it just didn't happen. And that's just, I took it out because it wouldn't accept. It's just, it wouldn't heal. As far as my navel goes, I thought that if I got it pierced again and it didn't heal, I wasn't going to get it pierced ever again. But there's always that little voice inside saying, like, get it pierced again, just one more time. But I think my navel was a really big, huge emotional experience for me, because I was all like, just heal, heal, because I want it so bad, but it wasn't healing and it wasn't working for me. And sometimes that happens, sometimes piercings just don't work for you. The navel was a weird thing, was all like, if I have it, I love it. If I don't have it, I love it too. Like, I do think that maybe I'll go for the navel again one day, but right now it's just like, it's rejecting. I don't think that's gonna work out. I can also knock 4 piercings out right now on my ears. My lobes, which are not in right now, and my industrial. I take those out often, not so often anymore, but when I was younger, I used to take them out a lot because I wanted to go to sleep, and so I take them out and I go to sleep. But sometimes they heal and they piss me off when they heal, but because of my ears, they're the reason why I get pierced so often, because I always get them re-pierced again and again because they keep on healing. No rejection there, it's just comfort really that I take them out. Um, I never take out my tragus ever. It's been in there since Toronto, so it has no reason to be taken out, so I just leave it in there. But moving on to my face. Labret piercing. I got this pierced, like in the center here. I'll add a photo if I can find one. And I got it pierced, I don't even know when. It was a long time ago that I got it pierced. Some spring month last year or the year before. I can't remember, honestly. And I was all like, cool, because I was like, I wanted another lip piercing. And I was just thinking it was awesome. It was like in the center balance, all that junk. But it didn't last. It healed fine, but I took it out because, as I was saying before, it didn't meld with my self-concept. Believe it or not, a big responsibility to keep. You have to like take on the identity of having that kind of piercing. And I was like, this piercing's not me. I thought it was, but I was wrong, so I took it out. My other lip piercing, which was the first piercing I ever got, was this one over here. I was gonna put a photo in if I can find one. It was the first piercing I ever got, and next to my navel, it was probably a big emotional experience there too. I had it from either grade 10 or grade 11, August around there, that I got it pierced, and then I took it out in grade 12, around like March or something. I think the big reason for me taking it out was because I was going to Guatemala, and I was nervous about perceptions, like how people saw me, because I was like going to another country, like how are they going to see me, because I don't know how accepted piercings were. I know that in school there was me and some other guy that had a lip piercing, and that was it. There was not many people who had piercings, so I was like, oh, I'm not sure about how people are going to see me. And also because I was also thinking about how people see me already, because people would judge me as like a hoodlum because I had my lip pierced. And it was a big experience into how people would see you just because you had a piercing, and because people in some ways would discriminate against you. And uh, but I think one of the biggest reasons was because I was going to a different country, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to bring that with me because people are going to judge me negatively, potentially negatively. And so I took it out and it healed while I was there. Moving on to my mouth, I have that pierced, and I took it out. I have it pierced now, but I got it pierced somewhere around grade 11 or 12 or something. It was in January. I got it pierced, and it was one of my most impulsive things because I was like, hey, I was looking at piercings, tattoos, and junk, and I found out you could pierce your tongue. And I wanted to get my tongue pierced, but I don't really have a pierceable tongue. Like, it doesn't go out like all the way, so I have my cake and eat it too, and get my tongue pierced, but not get my tongue pierced. So I found out about the tongue web, and I got that pierced. And the reason I took it out, oh god, my tongue web piercing was a big cornerstone in growing up, I would say, because when I got it pierced, my mom found out about it because I was stupid, and because I was so excited about it. I loved it so much and I was so happy. And of course I would think that everybody would be so happy. And I showed my mom because I was so happy about it. And she worst, just the worst response. It was like one of those feelings was all like, my daughter's a failure or whatever. It's just really bad response. And so I think I got it pierced on Friday or so, and I had it for the weekend for taking it out on that Sunday or something. But then that whole week I had photos of it, so I was like, check what I got done. I took it out because my mom didn't like it, and that was why I took that piercing out. It was totally not any other reason. But getting it re-pierced was a big step in the whole like I'm growing up, because it was, my mom was completely disapproving of it. And I'm sure my dad hated it too, but my dad didn't really say anything. I love my tongue web piercing so much, and I will have it for a long time. I don't know when I'm gonna take it out, whatever. And lastly, my eyebrow piercing, which I've shown you before. I'll show you a photo of it when I had it done. Get piercings, and you don't realize everything that goes along with it. I mean, pierced, you don't realize that people's perception of you change, for example. So other things, like for my eyebrow piercing, I'll just tell you if you ever consider getting your eyebrow pierced. When I got my eyebrow pierced, it's fine. Aside from my like nose and eyebrow, um, and probably cheek too. I haven't got my cheek done yet, but nose and eyebrow, when you get it pierced, you tear up. No matter what, you're always gonna tear up because it's all like linked up with your sinuses and lung. So nose, eyes, you're gonna tear up. That's okay, whatever. But on top of that, also when you're changing, like if I'm taking a shirt off and stuff, the eyebrow piercing gets caught all the time. I mean, like, oh, that was annoying more often than not. But the most annoying thing was sleeping. When I'm sleeping, I'm like getting all comfy like this, but you can't really get comfy because there's the eyebrow piercing, and it's just things like piercings and even tattoos to a certain extent. I treat piercings as my children, and so it makes sense in a way because like you get it pierced and then you're taking care of it and you're loving it and you're making sure it heals properly, and it it changes how people see you. Like when you have a kid, it changes how people see you, and there's a whole responsibility with piercings. But comparatively, with babies, when you have a kid, and you will always have a kid, and you won't ever not have a kid. You can give it away or whatever, but you'll always be a parent. Piercings, you can decide things. I mean, I don't want to get into the whole abortion debate, put that over there, put a pin on it. But you can take piercings out. So when the costs outweigh the benefits of a piercing, like with the eyebrow piercing, like clothing and comfort and just I was like, you know what? You are not giving me enough for what I'm putting in. Like I'm paying for it, I'm taking care of it, but you just whining and bitching and like you won't get me a comfortable spot on the pillow. I was like, you know what? No, no, over it, over it. There's so much stuff that goes into getting pierced. This, and I don't want to downplay at all. I've explained already. Piercings to me are a huge thing. They change your identity. They change how people see you. It's just like a lot. So hopefully I've explained myself, and hopefully you understand why I take piercings out sometimes. Not saying that piercings aren't great, they're awesome, but sometimes you have to take them out.